In this video, ay tatalakay naman natin ang peace and human rights issues and concepts. Ito ay part ng general information sa Civil Service Examination. But before that, let me invite you sa ating 1-minute performance survey for me to know anong part ng ating channel ang kailangan natin i-improve. Saglit lang po yan at sana makapag-participate po kayo. Check description box below for the link of the survey. So, ayun, balik na tayo sa ating topic, which is peace and human rights issues and concepts. Most of the civil service exam reviewer books released ay wala pong discussion about this topic. Before kasi, when I was reviewing para sa civil service exam, I used Brainbox Reviewer. At wala po akong nakita na peace and human rights issues and concepts at environmental management and protection na part sa book na yun. Only 1987 Philippine Constitution lang at RA 6713. That is why pinag-isipan ko nagawa ng video ang peace and human rights issues and concepts. At ito lang din yung mga kaalaman ko nung time na nagre-review pa ako, and in God's grace, nakapasa naman. First attempt lang po yun and professional level. And I hope you will also pass the same, so you can easily enter the government service. So, sige, magsimula na tayo. Human rights is one of the most important concepts sa panahon ngayon. Kasi ginagamit ito to draw on a collective understanding that all people deserve certain rights and freedoms. Maging sino ka man, saan ka man nanggaling, ano man ang iyong paniniwala, or ano man ang iyong pamumuhay, everyone has rights that cannot be taken away. But where do these rights came from, and who protects them? What's considered a right? Before anything else, what is really human rights mean? Human rights can be defined as those basic standards without which people cannot live in dignity as human beings. Human rights are the foundation of freedom, justice, and peace. Their respect allows the individual and the community to fully develop. So, according to the definition, ang human rights ay isang basic standards, kumbaga ito ay isang fundamental or foundation na karapatan ng sinumang tao. And we have to consider key values of human rights. Ito ay ang human dignity, fairness, equality, respect, and independence. And these key values are protected by law. Ibig sabihin kaya may tinatawag tayong human rights dahil sa mga key values na ito. Sabi nga nila, 'di ba? Don't do to others what you don't want others to do unto you. Since ang basis po ng human rights is to respect for human life and human dignity, which can also be found in most religious teachings. And they are proclaimed in UDHR, or yung Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Ang UDHR po kasi was drafted by representatives with different legal and cultural backgrounds from all regions of the world. At ito po ay parang isang kasunduan internationally to set out what governments must do and also what they must not do to respect the rights of their citizens. By the way, ang peace and human rights po ay correlated. Alam nyo bakit? Human rights are just the foundation of freedom, justice, and peace, as what we can read in the definition. Kung merong human rights, meron din pong freedom, justice, at peace throughout the community. So otherwise, if walang human rights in the community, these three are also impossible to achieve. Kasi nga, di ba, human rights govern how individual human beings live in society and with each other, as well as their relationship with the state and the obligations that the state have towards them. So, ibig sabihin, may interdependence. To achieve a peaceful community, one should respect the human rights of the other. Therefore, if there's no human rights that ever exist, there will be no freedom, justice, and peace at the same time. Siguro napakagulo ng mundo if there will be no human rights. Why are human rights important for peace? Because through human rights ay napopromote ang peaceful resolution of conflicts, which is grounded in respect for the rights and dignity of others. That is why mahalaga ang human rights for maintaining a peaceful community. Now, what are the characteristics of human rights? First, we have universality. Human rights are universal, meaning they apply to all people regardless of their nationality, race, gender, religion, or any other status. Every person is entitled to the same set of rights and freedoms. Ang mga karapatang pantao po ay universal dahil ang bawat isa ay ipinanganak at nagtataglay ng parehong mga karapatan. Saan man sila nakatira, ano man ang kanilang kasarian o lahi, relihiyon, kultura o ethnic background. That is why human rights are considered universal. Hindi po kasi prerequisites ang sex, religion or any beliefs, race, social economic status to have human rights. The moment kasi na ipinanganak ka, ay kasakasama mo na ang iyong mga karapatan bilang isang tao. Because the universality of human rights ay nakapaloob sa Article 1 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, that all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. This is not a monopoly. Ibig sabihin hindi ito para sa mga privileged class of people lamang. They are universal in nature, without consideration and without exemption. Sapagkat ang mga karapatang ito ay likas sa lahat ng individual anuman ang kanilang paniniwala, relihiyon, kasarian at nationality. Because human rights are enforceable without a national border. It belongs to people simply because they are human. And remember that the enjoyment of one right depends on the enjoyment of many other rights. And no one rights is more important than the rest. Equal po ang lahat ng tao when it comes to rights. Pangalawa, inalienability. Human rights are inherent to human beings and therefore cannot be taken away or given up. These rights cannot be surrendered or forfeited, even if a person consents to do so. So, ibig sabihin nito, human rights are conferred to an individual due to the very nature of his existence. Ang mga karapatang pantao ay ipinagkakaloob sa isang individual kahit pagkatapos pa ng kanyang kamatayan. Ang iba't ibang ritual sa iba't ibang mga relihiyon po ay nagpapatotoo sa katotohanan ito na ang karapatang pantao ay hindi maiaalis. Human rights are inalienable simply because they cannot be rightfully taken away from a free individual and they cannot be given away or be forfeited. So, hindi sila dapat alisan ng karapatan maliban sa mga particular na situation at ayon sa angkop na proseso o pagpapatupad ng isang batas. For example, the right to liberty may be restricted if a person is found guilty of a crime. Ibig sabihin you are no longer enjoying your right to liberty kung may nilabag kang batas na maaaring humantong sa iyong pagkakakulong. Yun lang ang restriction. But if wala ka namang nilabag, you will enjoy the same right. At akalain mo, these rights cannot be surrendered or forfeited, even if a person consents to do so. Ibig sabihin, this right cannot be waived. Pangatlo, indivisibility. Human rights are considered indivisible, meaning they cannot be separated or prioritized. All human rights are interdependent and equally important. For example, the right to freedom of expression is closely linked to the right to education and the right to participate in public life. Ibig sabihin, ang human rights ay hindi nahahati. They cannot be denied even when other rights have been already enjoyed. Ano man ang kanilang kaugnayan sa civil, cultural, economic, political, or social issues, human rights are inherent to the dignity of every human person. Dahil dito, ang lahat ng karapatang pantao ay may pantay na katayuan at hindi maaaring iposisyon sa isang hierarchical order. So hindi po naka-hierarchy ang mga karapatan. Kasi kapag naka-hierarchy ito, syempre hahadlangan ito ang pagtatamasa ng iba pang mga karapatan. Kaya nga, the right of everyone to an adequate standard of living, sabihin na natin halimbawa, right of health or right of education, which cannot be compromised at the expense of other rights. Alam nyo ba ang kanta na So, magulo talaga kapag hindi pantay-pantay ang karapatan. Kasi ang ipinababatid ng kanta, mayayaman lang daw ang laging nasa taas or in short, sila lang daw ang may karapatan or privilege sa mga karapatan. Sila lang daw ang may privilege na mag-possess ng rights. But hindi po ganon. Again, rights cannot be positioned sa isang hierarchy. Wala pong levels ang karapatan. Ibig sabihin ba pag mahirap ka, level 1 lang ang rights mo? Tapos siya ay mayaman, kaya level 4 or level 5 ang kanyang rights. Hindi po ganon. So now, let's proceed with the fourth one. Interdependence. Human rights are interdependent, meaning that the enjoyment of one right often depends on the enjoyment of other rights. For example, the right to education depends on the right to a healthy environment, which depends on the right to health. Ang mga karapatang pantao po ay magkakaugnay dahil ang katuparan o pagsasakatuparan ng isang karapatan ay hindi maaaring makompromise o ma-violate ang isa pang right. Ibig sabihin, one right will end when the right of others begin. Halimbawa, yes, you are entitled to a freedom of expression, pero that is limited in the sense na kapag may naaapakan ka ng ibang tao, hindi pwede manaig ang isang karapatan laban sa isa pang karapatan. Isa pang halimbawa, yes, pwede kang mag-videoke for the whole duration of the day kung gusto mo. Pero that is also limited kapag nakakadisturbo ka na sa mga kapitbahay mo. Ganun lang po kasimple. Next, we have inherent. Human rights are inherent because they are not granted by any person or authority. Human rights do not have to be bought, earned, or inherited. They belong to people simply because they are human. So, klaro po ang karapatan ng isang tao ay hindi nabibili, hindi nakukuha o namamana. Ito ay nasa bawat tao, sapagkat sila ay tao. Ganun lang kasimple. It is also a fundamental rights because without them, the life and dignity of man will be meaningless. Next, human rights are imprescriptible. Human rights do not prescribe and cannot be lost even if a man fails to use or assert them, even by a long passage of time. So, ang human rights po ay imprescriptible, which means that they cannot be lost or taken away over time. The term prescription refers to the idea that certain legal rights and obligations cannot be extinguished or terminated if they are not exercised or enforced within a certain period of time. Gayunpaman, ang mga karapatang pantao ay hindi napapailalim sa limitasyong ito. Nangangahulugan po ito na kahit na ang isang tao ay hindi nagamit ang kanyang mga karapatang pantao sa mahabang panahon o kung ang kanyang mga karapatan ay nilabag na sa nagdaang mga taon, siya ay may karapatan pa rin na angkinin at gamitin ang mga karapatang iyon anumang oras. Halimbawa, ang isang tao na naging biktima ng torture o pagkakulong ng walang paglilitis, siya ay may karapatan pa rin na humingi ng hustisya at kabayaran, gaano man katagal ang lumipas mula nang mangyari ang paglabag sa kanyang karapatan. Next is, human rights are essential and necessary. In the absence of human rights, the moral, physical, social, and spiritual welfare of an individual is impossible. Human rights are also essential as they provide suitable conditions for the material and moral upliftment of the people. Human rights are necessary for the fulfillment of the purpose of human life. So, ang mga karapatang pantao po ay mahalaga at kailangan dahil ito ang isang pundasyon para sa dignidad, kalayaan ng lahat ng individual. Tinitiyak po nila na ang bawat tao ay tinatrato ng may paggalang at pagkakapantay-pantay at ang kanilang mga pangunahing pangangailangan at interes ay protektado. Next is, human rights are in connection with human dignity. All individuals are equal as human beings and by virtue of the inherent dignity of each human person. There should not be any discrimination on the grounds of race, color, ethnicity, gender, age, language, sexual orientation, religion, political or other opinion, national, social, or geographical origin, disability, property, birth, or other status. Human dignity should be maintained. So, for example, the right to freedom of expression, which is closely connected to the principle of human dignity, dahil pinapayagan po nito na ang mga individual na ipahayag ang kanilang mga opinyon at ideya ng walang takot o panunupil. Likewise, ang karapatan sa edukasyon ay nauugnay din sa dignidad ng tao, dahil tinitiyak nito na ang bawat tao has the opportunity to develop their skills and potential, anuman ang kanilang background o kalagayan. Next, human rights are irrevocable. Human rights are considered irrevocable. They cannot be taken away by any power or authority because these rights originate with the social nature of man in the society of human beings and they belong to a person simply because he is a human being. As such, human rights have similarities to moral rights. No government has the power to curtail or take away the rights which are sacrosanct, inviolable, and immutable. So, ayun po no, na ang karapatang pantao ay irrevocable. Nangangahulugan lamang na ang mga ito ay hindi maaring alisin o suspindihin sa anumang pagkakataon. At ang mga karapatang ito ay mga pangunahing karapatan na likas sa lahat ng tao sa pamamagitan ng kanilang bilang sila ay tao and cannot be abrogated or withdrawn by any government or authority. Next, we have human rights are participative and inclusive. All people have the right to participate in and access information relating to the decision-making processes that affect their lives and well-being. So, ang mga karapatang pantao po ay participative and inclusive dahil kinikilala nila na ang mga individual at grupo ng mga tao ay may karapatang makilahok ng buo sa mga proseso ng paggawa ng desisyon na nakakaapekto sa kanilang buhay. Kasama na dito yung mga vulnerable or marginalized o yung mga tinatawag nating nasa laylayan ng lipunan. They are also heard and that their rights are protected. So next is, human rights are never absolute. Man is a social animal and he lives in a civic society, which always puts certain restrictions on the enjoyment of his rights and freedoms. Human rights as such are those limited powers or claims which are contributory to the common good and which are recognized and guaranteed by the state through its laws to the individuals. As such, each right has certain limitations. So, klaro naman po siguro that human rights are never absolute because they are subject to limitations and restrictions in certain circumstances, such as when they come into conflict with other human rights, public safety, or the general welfare of the society. Next, we have human rights are dynamic. Human rights go on expanding and changing with socio-ecocultural and political developments within the state. Judges have to interpret laws in such a ways are in tune with the changed social values. So ang mga karapatang pantao ay dynamic. When we say dynamic, ito ay patuloy na nagbabago at umaangkop sa nagbabagong kalagayan ng lipunan. So habang nagbabago po ang lipunan at kultura natin, lumilitaw na ang may mga bagong hamon at isyu sa lipunan. At ang mga karapatang pantao ay dapat ding umangkop upang matiyak na patuloy nilang maprotektahan ang dignidad, kalayaan ng bawat individual. So we have last characteristics of human rights, which is limit state power. No, human rights limit state power. States and other duty bearers are answerable for the observance of human rights. In this regard, they have to comply with the legal norms and standards enshrined in international human rights instruments. So human rights limit the state's power. Where they fail to do so, aggrieved rights holders are entitled to institute proceedings for appropriate redress before a competent court or other adjudicator in accordance with the rules and procedures provided by law in form of writ petitions. For example, 6 freedoms that are enumerated under the right to liberty forbid the state from interfering with the individual. Individuals, the media, civil society, and the international community play important roles in holding governments accountable for their obligation to uphold human rights. So, ibig sabihin nito, nililimitahan ng mga karapatang pantao ang kapangyarihan ng Estado by just establishing a framework of legal protections that govern the behavior of government and its agents. Ang mga karapatang pantao ay nagbibigay ng isang hanay ng mga pamantayan na kinakailangan ng mga pamahalaan to uphold and respect, including the protection of individual dignity, freedom, and equality. So, as a conclusion to these characteristics, tayo po ay pinanganak na taglay ang mga karapatang ito hanggang sa ating kamatayan. All the humans surviving on this planet are entitled to these rights. Ang dahilan kung bakit nabuo ang mga karapatang ito ay para protektahan ang sinumang gustong manakit o lumabag sa isang tao. Ang mga karapatang pantao din po ay nagbibigay sa mga tao ng kalayaang mamuhay at ipahayag ang kanilang sarili sa kung ano ang gusto nila. Everyone deserves to be themselves and this is supported by human rights. Ang pag-unawa sa mga katangian ng karapatang pantao ay mahalaga dahil ang kaalaman tungkol dito ay tumutulong sa atin na ipaglaban ang ating mga karapatan.